stuff. It's Friday around here. We're feeling good.
We're feeling good. I'm Bernice.
I'm Kaylee.
I have a cold, so if you hear me sniffle, don't be alarmed.
So do I. We're fine.
We're totally
We're not dying. We're just a little under the weather.
A little under the weather because we push ourselves.
We're hardcore.
We're
super hardcore. So we're just coming off of a really awesome teacher training / empowerment weekend last weekend with women from literally all over the country. We had women from Alaska, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Colorado. Wait, no, she didn't come. Where else? They were all over the place.
They were from all over. And what was surprising is there was only like 2 people from Missoula.
Oh, yeah.
Where we are. Usually we have a bunch of people from here, but this time no one really was out of like 20 people.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It's cool. And also today is my daughter's first birthday.
Oh, you were delivering her today.
I'd had her. It's so weird. I woke up in the middle of the night last night. Honestly, like right about the exact same time that I delivered her last year, and I was just awake, and I kind of felt weird. And after I delivered her, the placenta didn't come out, so I had to go into surgery, and that was like kind of a stressful situation. I almost felt like I was kind of reliving that, and then I was actually able to go back to asleep right around the time that I came back from surgery, which was so odd. Isn't that weird?
That is interesting.
And then my family overslept, and we woke up at 7:40 and had to leave the house at 7:10. So it was a chaotic morning.
6:40. They woke up at 6:40.
No, we woke up at 7:40.
And had to leave the house at 7:10.
Oh, sorry, 8:10.
Oh, I'm like
30 minutes.
I'm like, hold on,
to get a shower.
Unless you're a genie or something. I don't know how you do that.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying. Left both of my kids at preschool crying.
Aw, because you were in a hurry.
I was in a big hurry. Transitions,
We could talk about that last week. Mom
Don't
guilt.
eat into the camera.
I'm sorry.
I mean, the camera. The microphone.
It's a delicious caramel bar with chocolate on the top.
Yeah. Anyways, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about something that prompted you, remember, during circle time at our training.
Yeah. Okay, so we
it was kind of a big thing.
Our teacher trainings are more and more and more just these really amazing, empowering experiences where there's a lot of talking, a lot of sharing, a lot of just really raw and honest and human stuff that happens through the music, through the movement, and also through our circles. So we start and end every single day. So Saturday starts and ends, and Sunday starts and ends with a circle. And in these circles, there's just really cool stuff that happens. We talk about how people are feeling, what's going on in their, in their heads, in their hearts. And one of the women, she just kind of, I don't know, she said it in a way that I haven't really thought about. I haven't thought about this in this way. She basically was saying how the beauty industry and the diet industry and the fitness industry and all of these industries, from the day we can even, from the day we're born, essentially, we are bombarded with messaging that is designed to make us feel that we aren't enough, that we aren't good enough exactly as we are. And not only is this for them to make money off of us, but it also, I feel like, really keeps us down, especially as women. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not a man. I can't speak from a man's perspective. I always just speak from my personal experience. So I believe as a woman, it also keeps us from really living up to our full potential, because we are constantly bombarded with these images and with this notion that we are not good enough as we are. And it's a way to basically chain us down. It takes so much psychic energy to think about all of this stuff and to be kind of like a slave to this I don't know, to the marketing, to this thought that women, we are not good enough.
To all this industry just trying to sell us a bunch of crap, I think sometimes.
Totally.
Just this constant barrage of, on my social media, it's always like, Here's a wrinkle cream. Here's an acne cream. Here's a thing to rub on your cellulite to remove your horrendous cellulite from your body. You know, here's a way for you to, here's a pill you use so you'll have more energy throughout your day. Here's another pill you can use so you can lose all that unwanted weight. It's just this constant barrage of information. And it's amazing that we're just not more depressed than we are, given the information that's constantly being, you know, thrown at us. I just feel so bad. I was talking to a woman in class, after class today, and we were talking about movement, and how we were talking about how some of us lose the ability to kind of move our hips. Mm-hmm. We get all kind of froze up in that area, in our midsection area in our hips. And she was talking about her daughter, who's I think 10 years old, the same age as my son. And her daughter is very clear now that she will not move that part of her body. Mm. And she's like, why not? Like, the mom is constantly trying to get her to move that part of her body, but somehow she's gotten the message. And I'm sure it's, you know, from all this stuff we're getting about our bodies all the freaking time, pardon my French, that this poor girl already, who's 10 years old, has forgotten how to move, or does not want to move her hips.
Yeah, or she's learned that it's wrong.
She's learned, that's a better way, she's learned that it's wrong. And she's very clear. When mama dances like that, she tells her, stop. You got to stop, mom. Mm. But it's like, you know, how can we feel good about ourselves if we can't even move our body?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And I think too, like, how are we as women supposed to actually really fully rise up to our potential and support one another and grow into these roles and into these full selves that we are really designed to be? There is, I think, all this negativity and all of this selling to us that we are not enough as we are. It's also keeping us from actually just, like, why do we have to spend so much of our time thinking about that? Do you know how much more cool stuff we could think about if we weren't thinking about, oh my gosh, this is like, I shouldn't wear this swimming suit, or I shouldn't do this, or oh my gosh, right now as I'm sitting here, like, I feel my stomach hanging over my pants, and it's distracting because I've been programmed to think that feeling is wrong, mm-hmm. that is unwanted, that is undesired, that I should change it, that I need to do something about it. And so it's distracting me. It's in the back of my head, and I keep wanting to pull up my pants. But what I'm trying to do is be more comfortable with just sitting with that feeling, because I don't have to change. I have birthed 2 beautiful babies, who one is a year old. She's still a tiny little baby. Of course my stomach's stretched out. Of course I'm going to have extra skin that hangs over my pants. I should just stop thinking about it. But because
plus, who cares? Who cares?
But society,
who cares if you have skin hanging over your pants?
But you're taught to care. You're taught that you're supposed to care. So it's easy to say, who cares? Well, guess what? A lot of people care. Everybody cares.
Because they told us.
Because they told us we should care about that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Imagine how much cooler of a person I could be if I weren't thinking negatively about myself. Stop. Like, it's like a slate. I feel like sometimes, like, it's just these habits of thought. They just program, and they go over and over and over and over and over. And it's so unproductive, and it's distracting, and it's really keeping me from being the full, embracing, beautiful, radical, loving self that I could be. And I need to model that. I need to figure out how I can model that for my kids.
Well, and how funny, because, you know, we've talked on this podcast before about negative self-talk, but it's not even just from ourselves. Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That, you know, even when we're trying to reframe our negative self-talk, maybe I'm having a good day reframing my negative self-talk, and suddenly I look at my phone, or I turn on the TV for a second, and there's some sort of ad about whatever, you know, getting old or having fat on your midsection, and suddenly I'm like, oh, that's right, I forgot. I shouldn't have positive self-talk. I should have negative self-talk.
That's a good point.
So it's constantly reinforcing. Even when we're trying personally to do it ourselves, we are constantly being reinforced from the outside as well, not just from inside.
Such a good point. Yeah, you can do all the personal work that you want, but you've got to be a ridiculously strong person to not succumb to the outside pressures and the outside talk as well.
Exactly. And so even when we talk about, well, let's talk about self-love, shall we? But I feel that it's very difficult for us to actualize and realize self-love because it's not modeled for us in our communities or on our phones or on the TV in any way. So it's just totally foreign. So we're constantly trying to bust through those barricades.
But how, so the racehorse that I am, I'm like, okay, what do we do about this?
Yes.
But what if, like, I mean, what if, and I know that there's like a lot of movements to begin to shift this and change this. But I think we just need to say we're fed up. We're not gonna tolerate this anymore. We're not gonna buy into this. I'm
not gonna buy that stuff either.
And
I'm not gonna buy your.
I'm not gonna buy into it, and I'm not gonna buy it.
I'm not gonna buy.
But I have seen like really cool, like Athleta. Their models, their bodies are totally changing in their ads, and I appreciate that. We need to just, our eyes need to just get used to seeing a variety of looks, of ethnicities, of body types, of hair color and style, everything. We just need to start seeing the full expression,
diversity
of what a human can look like, and so that we don't start to understand and our brains start to file what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what do people like, what don't people like. Because it is learned. Children and babies are not born noticing these things, nor caring about them, nor having an understanding of what is good and what is bad. These things are learned and
reinforced.
And reinforced, absolutely.
Learned and reinforced.
Constantly, every single day.
Every single day. All the stuff you see, And they also reinforce us in terms of emotions. You're always supposed to be happy. Please be happy.
Yeah.
America. Don't show me that you're angry, especially women. I'm going to do the women thing. Sorry. I don't want to see that you're angry, and I really don't want to see that you're sad. I don't want to see any of those sort of, as we coin them, negative emotions. Emotions.
We call them emotions around here.
What type of emotion do you have, Kaylee? I got a bad emotion today. I'm very angry. They probably accept it if I talked in that voice, right? It would be more attractive to them. But our poor selves, so we're bombarded with what to buy. We're bombarded with feeling bad about our bodies. We're bombarded about feeling bad about our emotions, too. Of the gamut of our emotions.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
I think that's such a good point. And I just, two things. One, I was talking today in my class about kind of, this fight that we keep getting confronted with in the ULA experience. Some people just don't want the negative or the difficult or the uncomfortable songs. But you guys, this is so important to be able to say it is okay to be pissed off. And it is okay for me to process my sadness. It's okay for me to, in this space, release some of the frustration that I'm feeling. If we don't have those things in ULA, then it's just a dance fitness class and peace, I'm out. I've got better things to do with my time. So when we say you are allowed to be angry, you don't have to look or have a certain body size, body shape, certain emotions. When we just say, hey, let's just come in here and this is me, just really own everything that song represents. This is how we start to break free from the chains that all of these industries kind of have us in. When we can break through these chains and when we can do it together and say, like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. But I feel like we have to do it as a group. It's not going to happen if just one of us or two of us. We have to say, I'm not going to buy this. They are not going to change unless their bottom line is affected by it. And we need to say enough is like enough.
Well, and the beauty is when we do it in a group and then we empower the individual. So then the individual doesn't feel totally alone. So it's like, oh, yeah. They see it in the group and they're like, I could do that too.
Yeah.
And then so we affect change. It's that same metaphor of where you throw the pebble in the pond. Because we think like, well, really, I can't do anything about the industry. I can't do anything about that stuff.
Right.
Well, we threw a little pebble in the pond. It's not very big, very small pebble. But if you think the pebble makes wave after wave after wave after wave until it's this giant kind of radiating wave throughout the whole pond.
Yes.
And that's what we have to think of ourselves as the pebbles in the pond.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't do something about it, nobody's going to do something about it.
Yeah.
And when we talk about Ula, we talk about it's not how it looks, it's how it feels. And so that's one of our taglines. It's how it feels. We're letting people express what they need to feel, whatever it is that day, despite what our phones tell us to feel, or what our father tells us to feel, or what my uncle tells me, or my aunt tells me to feel. I can feel what I need to feel in this moment at this time, and it's totally allowed and welcome. And what blows my mind every training is how every training starts off with some women saying, it's really hard for me to be in a group of women.
Almost every single group, we have somebody who says, I don't trust women. Women aren't nice.
Mm-hmm. This is not safe.
This is not safe.
There's a big group of women all together.
It seems scary.
It seems scary. It seems like we're going to tear each other down. They talk about that.
Which is like so sad.
Aww.
What is it about women that have that either reputation or tendency? But I think, again, this comes back to these industries trying to put us against each other, because when we are against each other as women, there is power over us. And when we support one another, we are empowered, and that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That's dangerous for all those industries and all those people trying to keep us down so that we don't rise up and say, you know what, that's BS. I am aging, and I have smiled a lot. So guess what? These wrinkles tell a story. This body of mine tells a story. This body supports me. This body takes care of me. It doesn't. My genetics are different than your genetics. My metabolism is different than your metabolism. But when they can put us against each other, they have power over us. And I think that's what we also need to keep that in mind, is it's this power trip. People can be more in control of you when you do not believe that you are worthy, when you have not stepped up to your full power, when you are afraid to say no, when you are afraid to say, this is me, and allow yourself to be seen. That's powerful.
And when you're isolated, they don't want us to interact in groups. They don't, someone doesn't want us to trust each other. Mm-hmm. It's like, because in groups, of course, it's like, hey, we got 10 of us, we got 20 of us, we got 1,000 of us, we got 20,000 of us. We got 50,000 of us. Right. We become unstoppable. Mm-hmm. But, if we continue to be isolated and competitive, like, well, she's talking about me in the corner, probably about my cellulite,
Right, exactly.
It's always a lot of times, well, it's always something about physical maybe comes up. I shouldn't say that. It could be like, well, she's too loud or she's too quiet or whatever it is. But women always bring that up in our trainings about how they don't trust each other. But by the end of the training, they have this incredible metamorphosis into understanding that they trust each other. And they're so surprised, like, how do we trust each other just after 2 days?
And I think our natural state is to trust each other, but it's all these things that tell us, like, that we shouldn't.
It is. If you see regular little kids, in the playground, the 2 and the 3-year-olds, even the 4-year-olds, they're just like, hey, Kaylee, you want to play now? They're just so like, there's no boundaries. There's no walls up. Like, she kind of looked at me weird. Maybe I won't talk to her.
Yeah. They don't like to share, though.
They don't like to share, but they're upfront about it.
They're
straightforward. They're not like pretending.
That's a very good point.
No, they're like, no, don't touch that.
This is mine. Yeah, no, that's a good point. So we're preparing for the Q2 workshops, and it's going to be all about the body. So
the body,
the physical body, and how the connection between the mind and the physical body, just that connection and how that relates to so much in our lives. And we're reading this book. Oh my gosh, you guys! So me and Stacey and B, we're all reading "The Body Is Not an Apology" by Sonia Renee Taylor. And the part that I read the other day, oh my gosh, it hit me so hard. She said, what did she say? She said that when we when we're modeling shame about ourselves, not only are we shaming ourselves, but we're actually shaming the people and the bodies around us. Because this is what she said, and I wrote down this quote. She said, the bodies you share space with are afraid you are judging them with the same venom they have watched you use to judge yourself. And I thought, oh my gosh, how can I speak negatively about myself, my arms, my thighs, my belly, whatever, and not think that every single person that I talk to with those words is going to think, well, what does she think about my whatever? And I thought, oh my gosh, we cannot continue to self-shame because that shames those around us. Another thing that she said that was really poignant to me, it's so simple, so simple. She says, your body is the body it is.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. That your body is the body it is. Whoa. Not trying to change it, not trying to modify it, not trying to improve it, not making apologies or excuses for it, not trying to hide it, not trying to shame it, not
beating
trying to
beating it up.
It just is. It is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh my gosh. Can we just accept our bodies for what they are? Just that. Just what they are. Wow.
That is.
Can we? I don't know. I mean, that's hard.
Well, and that's hard to get back to our original topic is because I hear all those voices in my head about how we are supposed to look.
Yes.
We are, and I don't know who told them. Who told
that?
Who told someone that we're all supposed to look like that?
That's a good point.
She does that. Remember in this book, she does the poodle. What's it called?
Oh, yeah, like the poodle analogy. You can't base all dogs based on, like, this poodle.
Yeah, can you imagine if everyone was like, well...
A chihuahua should look like a poodle.
Everything should look like a poodle. Every dog...
It's impossible.
That's impossible.
It's impossible.
They can't... My Great Dane's never going to look like a poodle. Can you imagine his entire life if he was conscious like we are, like a human? I'm sure he's conscious in his own way. But if he was thinking to himself, oh my God, I got to look like a poodle. I got to look like a poodle today. And he's never going to look like a poodle. No. He's a Great Dane.
So should he waste all of his joy trying to look like a poodle? No. Can you imagine how ridiculous that sounds for dogs? Well, it should be. Honestly, you guys, it should sound just as ridiculous for humans. It should sound just as ridiculous.
That is such a good point.
Wow.
I mean, I really have to remind myself of that.
Slam this microphone on the ground. Mic drop.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I am not a poodle.
I'm not a poodle.
I'm not a freaking poodle, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a Great Dane.
Yes, and oh my gosh.
It's totally fine for me to be a Great Dane.
It's better than fine.
And then, if I'm trying to be a poodle and I'm a Great Dane, boy, I'm going to buy a lot of poodle stuff.
You're going to buy a ton of poodle stuff.
I mean, constantly buying poodle stuff.
Yes.
I'm going to get the roller to get poodle legs. I'm going to get
Let's see how many of these she can do.
I'm going to get the hair cream to get poodle hair.
The bows.
I'm going to get the bows to go in my poodle hair.
The razor to make those little balls on their tail.
I've got to get special medication to make my hair grow longer because I have Great Dane hair and I need poodle hair.
Good point.
You know, it's just this unending. Of course, if I owned stuff in this beauty industry, I'd be like psyched.
Yeah.
Hello, you all have to be poodles.
Totally.
Buy my stuff.
Yeah.
Never ending deep pockets of money just dumping in to be poodles.
How did they get so much control over us? That's what I don't understand. Like, how did we become so sure that there is one way to look, that there is one thing that's more desirable than the other? Who did that? And
completely depressing.
My gosh.
My goodness.
They're good.
They're very good. I wonder if it started, I don't know what you guys think, like with mass media. Like, I wonder how it was before the radio.
Sure.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Like before everyone could hear, hello everyone, it's Walter Cronkite, or something like that, where we could tell everyone, this is the way the world is today.
Right.
If in your own little towns, if it was different in those days, I'm not sure. We can't go back, but we can go forward.
Yeah, and I think it's just like, man, I wonder what we do with this. Again, as we say pretty much in every podcast, we have so many questions and very, very, very few answers. But I think just that poodle analogy sums it up. And I think every single time we think about how ridiculous it would be for a Great Dane to try and to want to look like a poodle, I think we need to offer ourselves that same humor and that same just forgiveness. I mean, we need to unlearn this. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for dogs. It doesn't make sense for us.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
We're wasting a lot of...
I'm done.
I'm
sick
done.
of this.
I don't want to be a poodle.
I'm sick of it.
And it's okay. We're okay. So...
Thanks for another great conversation, B.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening in.
Please share your thoughts with us. We would love for this conversation to be inclusive of anyone who's listening. So let us know what you think. Let us know your thoughts. And yeah, please share this podcast. Give us a rating so that other people can find us as well. We would love to continue this conversation with those beyond the ULA world. We love you guys so much.
Beyond the ULA orb.
ULAverse.
ULAverse. We love you guys.
Mwah.
Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye.